Pro Bono Chambers this morning. It's 5 minutes into the 10 o'clock hour. My name is Ruth, and I have with me here on Pro Bono Chambers, as always, our in-house barrister, Adanna. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Ruth.
Okay, I almost thought that I didn't hear you. It's on? Okay, let's just proceed and see. Well, on the program today, as always, we are here to provide free legal advice. Yes, we give you free legal advice on Pro Bono Chambers, and that's why we're here. So you can call in on the program and ask whatever question it is that you have that has anything to do with legal matters. Okay, so whatever kind of situation, complaints, you have a problem with some form of agreement here and there, and you maybe you're even considering to sue someone, or whether to sue or not to sue. Well, this is a program for you where we give you all the advice that you need, free. Yes, for free it is. So today, though, we are here to talk about how to understand the Freedom of Information Act. Understanding the Freedom of Information Act. We'll be looking at that for some time before we open up the phone line for you to call in with your questions. Barrister Adanna will be letting us in on what the Freedom of Information is all about. So let's listen to the lady.
Thank you very much for having me, Ruth. Good morning again.
Yes, morning again.
Since you didn't hear the first time. Okay, so today we'll be talking about understanding the Freedom of Information Act.
Okay.
The Freedom of Information Act is a legislation that has been passed since 28th of May 2011. It was signed in by the then President, Goodluck Jonathan, and it was to guarantee the right of all citizens in Nigeria, or all persons in Nigeria, to have access to records that is within the control of public institution or government institutions. It's regardless of, well, the person's age, the person's occupation, the race, the gender, ethnicity too.
Okay.
So, however, you and I have rights to access such information.
So if I were a 10-year-old and for some strange reasons I'm interested in what's going on in my country, and I just want to ask some questions, they can give me such information?
You can apply for such information.
Okay.
And if you're a 10-year-old, I would guarantee you that some of these records you'll be requesting for, you will need to, pay a standard fee to get such information, especially when they need to be duplicated for your use. And as a 10-year-old, you might likely just not have that standard fee to pay.
Okay, wait, let me understand now. Because of my age, is that why I will have to pay? Or
No. There's a standard fee.
Okay, so even though even though you're eligible for it,
young, yes,
okay,
yes,
you still have to pay.
Definitely. Thank you. So the Freedom of Information Act was passed since the 28th of May 2011 to encourage the fight against corruption. Okay. Especially in governance. It's also to promote and foster transparency in governance, and to expose the drivers of governance, drivers of corruption. Sorry.
Okay.
So the essence is to encourage, officers who are in public offices to be custodians of public trust, especially for us citizens in Nigeria, and that is because a lot of us have this mystery of thinking that a lot of information that are out there in the public that are expressing the operations of government agencies or public institutions have been kept exclusively. So it's so mysterious to our knowledge,
yeah,
and we don't have
there's so much going on that we don't know about, and sometimes we become curious. Would I have to give a reason for why I am in need of a particular information? I mean, if I were to request for it.
No. Section 1, yes. Section 1 of the Freedom of Information Act 2011 has provided that every citizen has a right to get this information within the control of the public institutions. You do not have to tell the reason for such information you're trying to get to you. So, however, your request shouldn't be denied, and where your request is not responded to after 7 days, you can enforce the law.
How do you do that?
So you go to the courts and sue for such information to be disposed to you as you have requested.
So instead of
answering your question, concerning giving the reasons and not you do not have to give the reason for your request of a particular information that you want from a public institution. Not at all.
So instead of complaining, saying, well, government is not doing this, we don't know what they did with perhaps money budgeted for certain things in maybe my constituents, and instead of that, you could just go and request to see, okay, how was this money, how were they put to use, if they were put to use in the first place?
Definitely. But then Section 7 to 11 of the Freedom of Information Act had provided that there are certain informations that are exclusive to being dispersed to the public.
So there are restrictions.
Oh yeah, there are
it's not all kinds of, whatever
it's
kind of information.
Not all kinds of information you can request from the public institution. For instance, where the information concerns international interests or defense of Nigeria, you would not, or international affairs that concerns Nigeria, it will not be disposable to
Top
you
secret
in public. Issues that concern national interest really will not be at your disposal without a reason.
Okay. I kind of understand that. While growing up in the house, especially as a child, and then you have older ones, there are times they want to have some kind of family up-close meeting, and then the younger ones or the small children are asked to just go away, and then you just see that the big ones, the adults, are just having a closed-door meeting, and you don't know what is going on.
That is a small traditional way of understanding how this Freedom of Information Act really applies to all Nigerians. In understanding the applicability of Freedom of Information Acts, I would like to talk about the compulsory right of a public institution to keep within their records all of the activities that they do, like their operations. So they are under compulsory under the act to keep the informations, whatever activity that they do, their operations, to keep the records, so that persons could have access to this information, especially as public records, and to foster transparency within the public institutions.
Yeah, and people could now be accountable for their offices. Okay.
Yeah. So Freedom of Information Act as a legislation, it's not really applicable in all states, and that is because most states has not adopted it.
Why not?
I don't know why.
Okay.
So because of the principle of federalism, it's mostly applicable in the federal capital. But then states like Lagos and Ekiti has adopted it, and it's practicable there. However, media outfits, journalists, and civil society organizations need to take advantage of the Freedom of Information Act in executing their agenda, especially in the course of oversighting by governments, instead of relying on gossips or rumors. The sad thing here is that Freedom of Information Act is not widely known by a lot of people. They don't even understand the rights and the obligations that are guaranteed under the Freedom of Information Act. So there's a need for sensitization of a lot of people to understand that this act is in existence and is practicable. And as Nigerian citizens, nobody is excluded from enforcing the act. Section 27 of the Freedom of Information Act had provided that public officers or persons, known as whistleblowers, can, rely on the Freedom of Information Act to get protected, especially when they disburse all this kind of information. The Office of the Attorney General of the Federation is saddled with the responsibility to ensure that there's compliance to the Act.
Okay.
And where the Act is, is not complied with, the erring persons, need to also, they are punished under the Act because there are penalties, especially in Section 10 of the Freedom of Information Act, provides for, penalties of such officers or public institution as regards to the airing of, the provisions of this Act. So if you make a request for a certain information from a public institution and you're denied, you can sue, and the officer in question who has denied you access to this publication or this record of information, or has falsified the record or even destroyed the record of information because they don't want you to have access to it, will be sanctioned in courts.
It looks like a dicey situation. I mean, if for instance I were in any of these public institutions and I'm saddled with the responsibility to provide this information. Now when that happens and I give a certain information or the record to someone else, and it turns out that that information could indict another person, and these individuals could be punished for whatever they have done. I was only doing my job. Is there any form of protection for that?
Yes, like I earlier mentioned, Section 27 of the Freedom of Information Act, protects you as a public officer in disposing this information, and then it further protects you from any form of a criminal or civil proceedings that might come against you, or any form of reprisal that might come against you, so that you are guaranteed to keep doing your duty as a public officer. Do not forget that the act is created to make you a public custodian for public interest or for public trust, for the benefit of we citizens. So you're doing your duty, but then the act has provided for you to be protected in dispensing this information. Yes, you're protected. So
no need to hold back such informations that can go out.
Definitely.
For fear of any attack, so to speak.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Well, if you were just joining in on the program, today we are talking about the Freedom of Information Act, how to understand it, that yes, you and I do have the right to request for certain informations, about people in public offices and all that, whether there is protection or not, and what it stands, or what I think the society stands to gain by this act is that it brings about transparency. You get to know who is doing what, and to fight corruption as well. If you have any questions in this regard, feel free to call in. If you have other questions that come in the legal line, feel free to do that as well. Call the number and ask your questions. Okay, the number to call is 081-8999-1011. That's 081-8999-1011. Call in on Probono Chambers and ask whatever question it is that you have on your mind at this moment, and let's hear you. In-house barrister Adanna is here and she will give answers to your questions. Hello? Please turn off your radio. Can you hear me? Sorry about that. Call me back, and I hope we will not have that interruption with the radio in the background. Hello?
Good morning.
Hello, can you hear me?
Sorry about that.
Well, that call dropped as well. Hopefully, the phone network will return shortly and allow the calls to go through. Hello?
Hello.
Please turn off your radio.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Good morning. I can hear you.
Good morning to you. What's your name? Hello?
Hello, good morning. Can you hear us?
Okay, I think the phone line is a bit under the weather. It rained. Maybe it's affecting it. Well, keep trying. 081-8999-1011. Hello?
Hello, good morning, ma.
Good morning to you. Welcome to Probono Chambers. What's your name?
Yes, ma. My name is Idom. I'm calling from Maraba.
Ijoma.
Yes.
Okay, please go ahead.
Please, I'm having this issue with the landlady here we are living.
Okay.
We are owing the rent for 7 months. So they now serve us 1 month, 7 days notice to see. The notice expired till 8th of November.
Okay.
So I think that with the caretaker that they should start taking because by ending of January, we paid them. The man was shouting that by January 10th, he's going to tell the court to come and eject us from the room. So I'm asking now, if possible like that, I thought they used to follow court procedure.
They've already served you the 7 days owner's intention to recover possession. You were supposed to comply with it. As it is right now, you're a trespasser to the property. You just have to keep appealing to the landlord. There's nothing you can do about it. Just appeal to the landlord to allow you stay in the property until you can afford it. Outside that, can you hear me?
Hello?
I missed you, Ma, yes?
Did
Can
you
hear me
hear?
now?
I'm hearing you now.
Okay. I said that as it is right now, you've been served the 7 days owner's intention to recover possession, and you said it has expired after a while. After the 7 days.
Expired till 8th November.
Exactly. It doesn't give you it doesn't guarantee you or give you the power to stay on the landlord's property. You can still keep appealing to the landlord to understand with you until you're able to pay, but you do not have any rights as to the property because right now you're residing there as a trespasser as long as you don't have the landlord's permission to stay in the property.
Hello?
Do you understand me?
Okay, she's gone off.
Oh, okay.
But then just go and hoping she's listening through her radio.
So she needs to understand that nobody wants to build a house and allow someone to stay in there for free. So she can still keep appealing to the landlord, but she doesn't have any rights
At this point because she's been served.
Yes,
quick
not
notice.
just because she has overstayed her rents. So she
But
doesn't have
it's
any
just
rights.
from November to now, it's just if you.
She said she has stayed extra 7 months.
That's what I didn't get because I also thought she said that,
Exactly.
but then she's also saying it expired in November.
That is the notice that was served on her.
Oh, okay, expired that time.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, we'll come back on the program. In the meantime, let's go for a commercial break. To stay with us on Human Rights Radio.
Human Rights Radio.
Join our diverse team of legal experts as we provide education and guidance to you, our listeners, on a broad array of issues raised by the modern legal landscape, absolutely free on Pro Bono Chambers, airing on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, redefining broadcasting.
Human Rights Radio. Human Rights Radio.
Kadifi
picture ọ bụ ife eji esi nri ọ bụ akwa na akpụkpọ ụkwụ ka ọ bụ akpa ụmụ gị ji eje akwụkwọ na ife iji achọ mma gbalụbịa Halibis Mall isi ụlọ ngwaahịa anyị dị na +660 Cadastral Zone B1 Franca Febua Crescent Zone E Apo Legislative Quarters Gudu District Abuja. Anyị nwekwara ụlọ ngwaahịa anyị ọzọ na number 1 Medical Center Road Maraba Abuja. Nke ikpeazụ bụ na number 21 Sariki Meizabo Road opposite FMC Kefi Nasarawa State. Kpọọ anyị na ekwentị akara ekwentị ị ga-eji nweta anyị bụ 08159 ka mkpọkwa ya n'olu ndị iti 08159510000. Halibis Mall nwere ife niile ị chọrọ n'ofu ebe. Ngwaahịa anyị adịrị ọnụ ma dịrị mma nke ukwuu. Gbalụ bịa na Halibis Mall. Nnọọ.
Human Rights Radio.
The FCT Security Committee informs residents of increased security surveillance by security agencies this festive season. Residents are also to ensure maximum surveillance over their neighborhoods, business, and worship premises. Remember, trading on pedestrian bridges or use of fireworks in FCT are banned, and any person caught will be prosecuted. Join the good people of FCT to stay out of drugs. To report any crime or suspicious movements, please contact the FCT Police on 0803 200 3913 or 0806 158 1938 or call 193 for the Nigerian Army. Also call 122 for Federal Road Safety Corps in case of any traffic situation. Let us join hands to keep Abuja safe always.
Human Rights Radio.
Get ready! It's Human Rights Radio 101.1, and we're sitting at the top of Abuja. Are you an artist? Do you think you have a great voice? Can you sing? Are you an eloquent speaker? Do you think you have what it takes to be Nigeria's next biggest artist? Then come to Human Rights Radio in Abuja, and you will be given the opportunity to be the next shining star. Venue, Human Rights Radio, Kaura District by Games Village, Abuja. Date Friday, 22nd December 2017. Time 9 a.m. Don't miss this life-changing opportunity. Human Rights Radio, redefining broadcasting. Be there.
Human Rights Radio.
Thank you for staying with us on Human Rights Radio and on Probono Chambers as well. Today we are looking at Freedom of Information Act, how we can understand that, and in case you never knew that you do have, the right to have access to some of these public information, then well, you do know that today. And if you have any other questions that we're yet to touch, feel free to call in like right now and ask. I've been speaking with our in-house barrister Adanna, and she has been taking us through this entire process. So call the number 081-8999-1011 and let's hear your question. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome to the program. What's your name?
My name is Sarafa Izalewi.
Oh. Okay, go ahead.
So now, as in the human right now, so we people used to work inside. So, and there are some places where they used to hold our money. So when we call you people, can you people help us to collect our money?
I didn't hear that question, please.
You said you are working on a site?
We are site workers.
And they are owing you money?
Yeah.
For how long?
Over 3 months.
3 months. So you're asking if you call us, can we help you get your money?
Anytime I call, there's nothing to call.
Then if you're not getting your call picked up, you have to apply with just follow the procedure to make application for your case to be taken care of. You have to swear an affidavit and write an application to the Brekete family, telling us what your problem is, and then you have to also attach the evidences showing that you actually work in this place you're claiming to have worked in, and that you were owed for the period of 3 months. That is the only way we can attend to you and see how positive we can come up with answers to your problems.
Okay. Hello. Hello. Oh, okay. Perhaps he got the message.
I hope you heard that. Yes.
Okay. You can call in with your own questions as well. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the program. What's your name?
My name is Probono.
Tochuku. Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm the guy that called the president and asked if a boy of 2 years can sign a surety of land.
Okay.
So there was a man that claimed that my father sold land to him. So I will ask him to provide the paper.
Okay.
The man bought let the paper and put my junior brother as the surety, and the boy was 2 years dead.
Okay.
So that was the reason why I asked if the boy can sign that, and I'm alive and my mother is there. My mother don't know anything about it, and also me as a first son of the family don't know anything about the selling of land.
Yeah,
But the man claimed the land just because of his find out that my father is dead.
the boy doesn't have the legal capacity to participate in such transactions.
So that is my problem. I don't know how to follow him.
Okay. The best way to follow him is first meet with your family heads. Do you have family heads? Do you have elders?
Yeah?
Do you have elders? Do you have family heads?
Yes. They have talked about the thing, and they asked me to leave the land, and the man keeps insisting.
Okay. And then you've also reported the matter to your chief.
Yeah?
Okay. So if that is the case, that means you might likely have to go and go to the court to file the suit.
I should go what?
I say you might likely have to go to the courts.
Please, I can't hear you very well.
I say you might likely have to go to the courts to file a suit.
Am I likely to do what?
She said that you may have to go to court. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Go to court. I'm sworn I'll have to do it, and I always come to that Berekete family, but I've not had the opportunity to ask for my problem.
I think what she's saying is you like sue them to court directly now, since you've tried, other means.
Other means, and it didn't work out for you. If you've exhausted every other means to resolve this dispute and it's not, getting resolved, then you have to go to the courts.
You have to do what?
Have to take the matter to the court. Did you get that?
And the ear is glitching. I can't get exactly what you're saying.
You can't hear what I'm saying?
I can hear you now.
Okay, maybe you just end the call then you hear. But what she's saying is that you may just have to go to court. Oh, okay. Now? Okay, so can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, just listen in.
My brother, you dey hear me?
I hear you.
My name na Ordinary Ahmad Isa.
Yes, sir.
Say why she dey talk say make you go court now because she be lawyer. Make you come on Friday, make I follow up your matter for you. Poor man no dey get justice for Nigeria.
Okay, sir. I don't come that place for a really long time.
It dey hard make poor man get justice for Nigeria. It dey hard. Most especially if the person where you carry go court get money pass you. Yeah.
Our village our traditional that don't beg, they don't take the man selling the land to make you come on for the land.
Yeah,
the man no gree is there.
So make you do affidavit, do everything, make you come on Friday, make we follow up your matter. Now if she talks say make we go court, now she go court. Go defend the matter. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. That was the ordinary president. Okay, that one is settled then. All right, let's proceed. By the way, he's not here anymore, so don't call now and start saying you want to speak with him. It's back to me and Barrister Adana in the studio. Hello? Good. You need to turn off your radio.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
Hello?
Can you hear me? Hello.
Hello.
Okay, I'm not sure this person could hear, so I had to end the call. Please try and call right back. It's Probono Chambers this morning, and you are free to call in and ask any legal question that is on your mind this morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome.
Yeah, I'm John. I'm calling from Kobe.
John?
Yes, from Kobe.
Okay, go ahead, John.
Well, I want to start by giving praises to I think Omar Ahmed. It's a very good man. I was heard him just say something. God is really working with that man, and God will give him overwhelming wisdom to carry on with this program.
Okay.
Well, however, I have a question.
Okay.
My question is, I overheard your guest. She was talking about the protection of workers, government workers, when they give information on about certain things to their fellow workers. So I'm trying to see what are my issues. My question is, what about where the information is given as a result of malice? Maybe a government worker trying to give information about a fellow worker, and that information is leveled on the grounds of malice, or maybe some atom of prejudice on it. So how will that person be protected? Can that person be protected by law? Where there is an incidence of malice, can that person be truly protected? That's what I just want to know. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. In accordance with the Freedom of Information Act, sections 11 to 17, there's kinds of information that are excluded from being provided to persons who request them to the public, and such information also include personal information. That's one. So if you have to request for an officer's information from a public institution, you have to give a reason, because those informations are not out there on the decks to be dispensable to the public. That's one. Secondly, if an information is given out by a public officer, it has to be based on a request. And if you're giving out an information of a private person as a public officer to the public, then it should have been investigated before certain approvals have been given for such information to be dispatched or dispensed to the public. So as in answering that question, before a person's private information can be given out to the public, there's a reason that must be given for that private information to be given out to the public. And whoever is going to be giving out that information has to be doing that on authority. He can't do that on his own power.
But he mentioned something like prejudice or malice.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You can't because you have a problem with somebody who is an officer with you, give out his private information. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Private informations, they are one of the informations that are excluded from being given out to the public.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying now? Yeah.
All right. I hope that answers you. Hello. Please turn off your radio.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I am Daniel. I'm calling from Southeast.
Okay, Daniel.
Hello, ma. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Please, ma. I have a younger brother that is in the prison. He's been in the prison for upwards of 5 years now. He was sentenced to 10 years imprisonment in 2004, meaning 14. But I believe and I strongly believe that the judgment was totally biased. The lawyer that was handling the case told us that we should appeal the case, but the finance was actually the problem. I've been trying to see how I can meet the family, our ordinary president, to complain the issue, but I've not been able to do so. I just came into Abuja and I've been listening to him Human Rights Radio, and I wanted to come and then formally complain my brother's case.
Okay, so have you applied?
Hello, ma'am.
Have you applied? Have you written to Brekete family?
Sorry, ma'am.
Have you written to Brekete family? Have you written?
Please, I'm not hearing you.
Okay. Have you written to Brekete family to apply for your case to be heard?
No, I haven't done so much.
Okay, so just end the call. She's going to tell you exactly what to do, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, ma'am. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. So you should write to Brekete family addressing the honorary president, and then you'd go to the High Court and sue an affidavit affirming that whatever information you're giving to us, it's not biased and no form of falsification. So after that, you'd have to go to Sheriff Plaza, that's in Wuse, to submit the application. You find Brekete family office around there to submit your application. When you submit your application, then you wait for a call so that your matter can be attended to by the honorary president.
All right. I hope John got that information. Looking at the time, I think, well, maybe we can squeeze in one final call. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Good morning. Welcome to Probono Chambers.
Good morning.
Welcome. What's your name?
I'm Grace. I'm calling from Pape.
Grace.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay. I've been trying to get our ordinary president, Ahmed, on phone for a very long time, but thank God I have this opportunity. Last week, can you hear me?
Yes.
Last week, my husband was going to work early morning. So she was arrested that they suspecting he was shouting thief. So as he was going, he was arrested and he was
Grace, hello?
They took him to the police and they locked him there in the cell. So on Sunday...
Hello, Grace. Grace, you said they arrested him based on what?
They arrested him based on that he snatched somebody's bag, but it was he was going to work early morning. So the woman was shouting 50. When you saw my husband coming, she now said it's my husband that snatched his bag.
Okay.
So he took him to Pape police station there. So when they go to the police station, they lock him up there. So on Sunday we begged him with 4,000 naira with our beg. So later on Monday, they asked him to report on Monday. When he reported on Monday, we don't know that those people called lawyer, they took him to Pape court. So when they took him to Pape court, we are running around to raise money and lock him. They put him in black matter. They want to go to prison. They took him to prison. So as God may have it, we now raise money, 10,000 naira, and beg him. They now adjourn the case to 16th of January. But what I'm asking is for a lawyer that will help us, because the way the case is going, we don't have anything. My husband.
Hello, Grace.
Hello?
Yeah. So you want a lawyer to
help us in this case.
Okay.
She should apply to Brekete family.
Okay, just end the call, Grace, and then the lawyer will advise you on what to do.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Grace, if you're listening, you can write to Brekete family requesting for that.
The process, please.
Yes. You'd have to, write your complaints addressing the honorary president, Brekete family, and then you swear an affidavit in compliance with your complaints, and then you submit it in Sheriff Plaza and await for a
response.
Call. Yes, await for a response. But then it's a matter of urgency. You have to indicate that it's a matter of urgency, because it's just from now till 16th of January. Or then try to call at 4 o'clock so that you can speak with the honorary president to address you more on what to do concerning this issue, because it's really a matter of urgency, so it doesn't exceed January.
Yeah. So, Grace, if you're listening, the ordinary president will be on Telephone Vano at 4 p.m. You can call in, and hopefully, if you get through, you could explain to him. Just how urgent the situation is, like the barrister has rightly said. We have been talking about Freedom of Information Act. Now, quickly before we wrap things up, what role does the media and the civil society organizations have to play in, when we're talking about freedom of information?
Okay. Agencies or organizations like the National Orientation Agency, the Nigerian Bar Association, civil society organization, media outfits have the urgent responsibility of sensitizing the public concerning the Freedom of Information Acts. They also have the role of making the society understand that their rights and obligations are guaranteed under this act, this legislation. Then there's a need for this is just my own input here, that the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation would publish annual reports concerning the compliance of public institutions or public officers as regards to this request made by persons to get this information or records, so that there's transparency. We can understand that certain public institutions are responding to the existence of this act, and so that the public will also know that this act is in process, is enforceable. There's also the need for penalties to be leveled on erring institutions or erring personnel, like public officers who would deny or turn down the request of persons, or would go for that to even falsify or destroy the records of this information that are meant for public access to encourage transparency. Lastly, public officers need to also understand, and whistleblowers, that they are protected under the acts. Agencies or civil society organizations that are whistleblowers, they are protected under the acts.
Okay.
Yes. To give out these informations and to make sure that the public has access to this information. They are just protected. Their rights are granted. Yeah.
It's comforting to know that protection is there, some level of protection. Well, that's our package on Pro Bono Chambers for today. Hope you have enjoyed it and have learned a thing or two. Many thanks to our in-house barrister, Adana, for always coming through for us.
Thank you very much.
And thanks to you for calling in with your questions on the program so far, and those who listened in quietly from wherever. Many thanks to you too for tuning in to Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. My name is Ruth Usman. This is where we say goodbye I say goodbye, on my part of programs for today. Infomercial will be up next, and keep listening for more of our programming throughout the day. Thank you.